Hello, it's Heidi again. How you doing? Okay, I've got two more journals that I want to show. And then I'll have to start making stuff again. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway. Okay, this one with the flowers on, I made for my daughter and my son-in-law for their birthdays that are coming up next month. And this one I made for a friend of mine in church that I'm going to send to her. So I'm going to show both of these and then I'll have to start making again. So the first one I'll show you is the one that I'm making for my daughter Amber and my son-in-law. They are bird watchers. They love to go birding. So I decided I was going to make them a birding book, to like a field guide type thing. So I emptied out an old vintage book that I had. It was actually this is the cover. I'm using the cover of it underneath here, underneath the spine and the back and the front. It was 113 years old, the book. So yeah, and I just covered it in this pretty flower material that I had, and it's real super basic for the kids. So the first thing I did was I covered it with the flowers. I made up a field guide for birding. Yeah, I used AI, but I actually drew the birds that are on here. I made like a little chart, with the date and season, location, and basics of birds, where you see that and all that stuff. If they took a photo, and then on the back of each page, there is a place to put the photo. And then I drew 4 different birds and put leaves on the page, and that's what the book is basically all throughout the book. I got tabs on the first 3 signatures. Those are all bird information pages for them to fill out, because I didn't figure it'd be any good for birding and keeping track of what they found if I put a bunch of stuff in it. I have a pin that I included in it, that we have. It's God's Got This is what's on our pins. And so, like, throughout the whole book, this is all that. It's got I don't know I can't remember what they call it. The unattached, I sewed the spine on something, sewed the signatures on, and then I glued that in so it's loose on the back. And then I covered the ends with lace so that it looked finished and what didn't look real rough. You can still see the original book in there like that. So you got the 3, like I said, 3 signatures. There's 16 pages in each signature for them to fill out. And then on the last signature, I did do some junk journaling that I can't do one without doing some of it. So this is just a decorated page. And then it's got a big belly band on here with birds and butterflies. And then on the inside of here, I put one of the little books that I made. I think I've showed you these guys before. It says your journey is uniquely yours, and it's got butterflies and stuff on it, so they can fill that out and do their thing with that. This is just a decorated page. It's got a real pretty grid cutout, and then it's got birds on it that I designed those with AI. And then I've got some pockets in here. I put some tags in here. I collaged a paper, and then I copied it and cut tags out of all of it. So I did that. And then there's some birds over here. There's some coffee dyed cheesecloth underneath here that kind of looks nesty like, and then a butterfly. I did these 2 birds. And then we've got another side pocket with some birdies in it. These are pictures I grabbed off the internet or from Canva or something. Here's a couple more tags that I did out of my collage paper that I made. And there's some pockets in here that we did. And then I've got a little, this is a little tab tag. It says Royal Expedition 1922, and it's got a little bird on it. These are some more pockets that I did, and some more tags. This is a three tag corner, or 3 pocket corner, with the tags in it, and they can journal, or I don't know, they can do whatever they want to with them, actually, but you know how that goes. Just saying. You know how kids are. So yeah, those go in there like that. I drew this bird and added some little embellishments, some little jewels, put a crown on it. And this is paper that I got from Jacqueline at Lovely's Crafting Lodge. That pink paper, and I believe, I don't think that one is. The green might be. I'm not sure. A couple more pockets. Here's part of the original page that I collaged on, and then I covered it so that it, you know, didn't come apart. Laminated it, and then here's some more of that. And then there's some more couple more pockets here with birds. Everything's birds and butterflies. I stuck to my theme. That's Jackie's paper. I just kind of made some markings here. Put a long tag in here, and this is a corner tuck with some birds on it. I had some bird stickers. This is Jackie's paper. I just kind of did some little doodles here and there, and some this, and put journal on there. And then we got another side pocket here, and I stamped this with some stamps, some bird stamps, and some music, and a few postmarks. Put some lines on here, kind of doodled down the side a little bit. Put some lines on this page, doodled here. Then we've got a this is a music note envelope. It's an envelope. Hello, I can talk a lot. It's Jackie's paper, and then I had this real pretty, and I'm not sure whose paper this is. I know it's a digital that I got, but I thought it was really pretty, so I made an envelope out of it, and I double-sided it, and it's empty, but they can fill it up with things that they get, and I glued it on in there. And then here is another little tab embellishment. It's got a little bird on it, and it's got a little charm like on it. Analyze pending laboratory transfer there, and it's got a little stamp. I stamped like kind of like a receipt, but it's got lines on it. This is one of my birds. This is just a little ruler stamped with the you know, like a restaurant check or something like that, you know. Then here's some more birds. I stamped it, die cut this out. Looks like brick, and I just put the birds on there. Here's some more of the paper that I collaged on, and a side and another corner pocket tuck. And then we got another little side tuck here with some little birds in it, little cards. Here's the receipt stamp again. And over here we've got another corner tuck with a bird in it. Here's a flower and a hummingbird. And we got some more tags back here. That really kept it simple for them. And we got some leaves back there and some tags. We got another tag here with a little sticker collage that I put on here with the, and there's like 3 tags on here all together. It says grow on it. This is a butterfly that I cut out and put together. This is actually a it's actually a envelope that I altered and collaged on, and those are dried flowers inside the envelope. And always choose adventure. And we just kind of put some material on there, a ruler down here, and back here this is a paper that I came up with. And then we got the birds and stuff on the back, and I just I was going to glue this in, and I really didn't want to because I don't know, I didn't want to glue it in. I liked it, and I like to be able to see the back of it. So it's a pocket, and it's just put in with one of those great big paper clips. And that is going to be for them. That's journal number 1. And then we've got this one. This journal, I got the idea from Desiree from Include a Thank You. I saw her make this journal one day, and I thought it really looked cool. So I kind of copycatted off of it. Mine's not exactly like hers was because, you know, I always have to be a little different. But anyhow, we put a couple of homemade charms on there, and I've got some glossy accents on top of them to make them shiny, not on the strings, and they could actually throw it over and use it for a bookmark or just leave them dangle. A semi-collage on this paper here on the outside cover on both sides. This is the way that she kind of done it. She actually, hers is a little bit different. I just kind of glued mine and tucked them in, but some of them are still loose, you know, to get like that distressed, you know, look and stuff. And they're stamped. It's splattered. It's got like, you know, coffee dye spots on it and stuff like that. And it's actually a grocery sack is what it is. And so, yeah, that's how we did that. And then we're going to open it up. I used just some ribbon for closure. I actually put in eyelets along here and, you know, put the lace through it. And these are homemade beads on the end that I made that, you know, they kind of match. They're a little opposite of each other, but they basically match. And yeah, so this is a grocery sack. You can see the grocery stuff on the inside of there. And then it's kind of folded over on itself. And I did mine, she did hers so that it would make a pocket up here. And I don't know what I was doing, but I didn't watch the whole thing before I started on it and didn't do it right. So mine's attached down. It's not loose or anything. And then we got the inside of here. Now I didn't do every page because they like to write and stuff. So I left a lot of blank pages in here because you know, so they can journal and write and do what they want. So this I added to it as a little portfolio that I glued onto the inside of here. It's shut with lace or lace or whatever kind of string that is. You matter more than you know on the inside, on the outside of here with some music notes. And then you open it up, and this is sari silk with a pocket made into a pocket, and it's got just a couple of old vintagey looking advertisements and a receipt, and you know, you can write on the back of those are coffee dyed. And that goes in there. On this side I have a bunch of tags that were well, I did a master board with washi tape and cut it up to use as tags. After the washi tape was put on there and it was glued down, then I put matte medium over it to seal it and keep it all down together. So yeah, so that's what those are, and they're just blank on the back. And then there's a pocket here with a little dinky dangle that I made and a bow on it, and just a backing there to make it look pretty. And that these fit right down in the pocket. And then that opens up like that. And we got some tags in here on this one. And it's on, they are tags on a tag and a pocket and a pocket. These are, hello. Yeah, those kind of envelopes. Can't think of it. Oh my goodness. Here I go again, brain dead. But yeah, these are tags that I collaged on and stuff, and these I just painted on them and stamped them, and yeah, did all that. So that's just kind of, I did have them all stuck down in there, and then I didn't like that because it was kind of, I don't know, the little ones kind of got buried in there like that. So yeah, and so this is the same, basically the same thing. And then that's just another tag, and it goes inside this pocket right here, like so. And then we got a couple dragonflies with brave wings she flies, and just some numbers. And then you open this up, and it's got an envelope, a real pretty envelope, and it's got a kind of like a swatch sheet that you can, write on the back of, whatever. It just kind of tucks in there. I made some little brushes and colored them and painted them and put them inside there. And then I had some of these little swatch sheet things with, and then the sepia is written there and the definition. And then over in this middle section of this portfolio, we've got some butterflies and some writings on the top of the stuff. And then this opens out this way, and we painted on the envelopes, and these have little tags and stuff in them. Let's see, that you can see, like that. They are, I can't think of the word for them. I know, but I can't think of it right now. I'll think of it later. But yeah, there's two of those have little envelopes there with little tickets and tags and stuff in. Then in the middle section here, we've got a couple pockets, just little tiny lips for pockets. And then I happened to see this, somebody was making this, and it's like a twisty turny thing, and they made their own brad. And then I made a little charm and put on top of the brad, and both of these just turn out like that. I got 4 pages on each one. They're just different kinds of paper. And so it goes down in there. This is the same way. This one, it's actually got material inside of there, and the glossy accents got like wrinkly from the material. I guess it was from the air trapped down inside of there. But yeah, this is the same way it turns out with a handmade paper brad, which is kind of cool. I thought that was really neat. They turned out that way. And then this one opens down like this, and it's got it's got all kinds of like little swatch film, the old-fashioned film things, cartridges and discs, the film discs on it that look like swatch sheets. And then on the inside of here, we've got another collage sheet, live in the moment, and it's got different stamps and stickers and stuff on it, like that. Let me close that all back up. Like that. And then on to the next thing. Then we turn the page, and it just got paper in it that's supposed to be mimicking coffee dyed paper. And then we come to the whole thing. The thing is made out of folders, like the file folders that you put in the file cabinet, and they're like folded in half and then glued together. And of course, the only ones I had were green. I didn't have like the beige color that you normally have, or Desiree had black ones, and that made hers look really cool. But so I kind of tried to embrace the green a little bit, So this is a hidden paper clip inside here. It's got a little girl on that one side, and then a clock and a little scribbly pad and some dangles off to here with it's got a little bird and G clef for music, and it was stuck on here. And then this is a pocket that you could put anything in. I can't hardly see enough to get it on there. This is not good. Oh, and I called the doctor. 2 more weeks. Really? So anyhow, that's a pocket that you can put stuff in. And then over here, we've got some pockets with some tags in that are collaged on and just cool looking, with little tiny, little tiny pockets. Here's some more. They stamped a window on there and colored it. And when one door opens, I thought that was kind of cool. A window opens. This has a map page on the back of it. And then it says, the world needs who you were created to be. And then we turn the page, and this is all just blank pages in here for journaling and stuff. And then we have a belly band full of snippets right here. And it's got all kinds of birds and paintbrushes and flowers and tags and tickets and all kinds of stuff. And then it's got a couple journaling cards in here. Night Whispers, all the secrets Day keeps from me goes in there. And the glued in the middle so that it's not so long and so wide, because I've never made one of these tall thin ones before, so I thought that was kind of cool. And then this says, trust the process even when it's hard. And it's another journaling card. And you turn it over, and then there's I painted a swatch sheet on here and took the letters off the paint that were actually on my paint tubes and put them on there. And then this is just a stamp bookmark or a tag. And there's got ticket on it, and it's a little bit of collage with different papers and stuff. And this makes my heart sing. And then there's more swatch sheet over here with like a circle type of thing with the different names of the paint on there, with a belly band here that's divided in half. It says sing on it with music notes. And I drew this flower and painted it on here. And then we go back to the next one. Most of I decorated the green folders. So it says focus on the good, and it says these are a few of my favorite things. I got sorry soap down there to make it look bright and shiny. Life is beautiful. And then on the inside, this is an envelope that you can tuck hot stuff in. And then I used seam binding and to make the lines on the paper, and then just wrote numbers on them. I thought that kind of looked cool. And then this is another pocket, and it's got a little book in a little journaling book that's got paper, you know, light colored. I faded them out and then printed them out on paper so you can write on them. I thought that was kind of cool. And a little fuzzy. It says this moment is yours to treasure. It's got a corner pocket, and then we've got some owls on there with some like that burlap kind of stuff. And we just sewed this together and put that cool looking picture. That's from Collage Soup magazine. And then these are blank pages. And over here we've got like looks like a piece of paper, school paper, and it's got a little cluster down here of paint swatching. It says Divine Grace. And over here we've got, this is my paper doll. And then I cut all the pieces out and glued them together, drew the face on it. And this is another, just a little book to write in. And we sewed it. And then this is a paper flower that I made, and then a weaved paper on the back of it. Got a couple dragonflies down here, and that just slides right in there like that. And then here we've got some more paper to round out the book, and then we got the back cover, and it's collaged. It's got the partial collage, I think is what she called it. Yeah, and then that is that. And those are my two last journals. This journal's name, I had a piece of paper, it said Majestic on it, and it kind of got cut off, or, well, it's not cut off, it's around the corner, and I thought that was really cool, the way it kind of showed up on the front, so I made the word Majestic, wrote it, and embossed it in gold. See, the papers are kind of loose, like, so they kind of get, like, worn. So that's my last two journals that I've got done right now, and I'll get started working on another. And you guys, I hope you're having a great day. Love ya. Bye.